And on that note, we are back yet again with another great episode of Sports Stalls. The excitement is in the air. The season is going. We're over halfway done. I'm thrilled to be here yet again.
Yes, and Josh, you actually remembered which week it is, right?
It's week 9.
Yes, okay, good, good.
I had a spreadsheet to look at it, and everything else said week 9. So we got it this week.
Well, our guest picker just got to jump in. This is a super honor, super cool. Scott Duncan from the campus of the University of Minnesota, a junior there. I had him in 6th grade. I didn't break him too much. You know, he's doing well in college. Well,
yeah, here and there. I have my moments.
Scott, welcome as the guest picker.
Yeah, happy to have you, Scott.
Glad to be here. Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, you're smarter than us because we only got to that D2 Winona State level. Where you're showing us not D1, yeah, Big Ten football there and Big Ten academics. What are you going to school for? Kind of talk us through. How's the U of M treating you?
It's been really well. I'm in global studies and poli-sci, so double major. Minoring in Spanish. I'm so sick of it. I'm taking a class called all of it, really, but Spanish in particular. Yeah, I'm going to Madrid in the spring, but right now I'm taking a class called the Sociolinguistics of Spanish.
Okay,
it's a killer because I'm not in linguistics at all, and they're diving into like the thetas, like the sounds off the mouth, like paddle or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but otherwise I'm doing really well. Yeah,
awful. I think. I can't imagine being in that class, let alone doing well or passing that class. That sounds bizarre.
Yeah, it's a miracle that I'm doing somewhat passing in that class. It's awesome.
So are you taking after mom or dad in your studies?
Neither-ish, kind of. I mean, my dad's lawyer, went to law school, and he's like, don't go to law school. It's a pain in the ass. Good Lord, it's a pain in the ass. But I'd say probably more towards him. I'm thinking like couple law, like pre-law classes, international human rights law, just international law in general. Talking about like the UN, criminal court, stuff like that. So definitely more like political government type leaning. So yeah.
Yeah. And anyone who's bilingual, I always tip my cap to him because I just in my world we have interpreters that come with patients and everything, and they are just awesome. Just being able to speak multiple language, I'm always so jealous. So when you go to Madrid, do you think you're gonna you got enough Spanish to get by?
No, I do. I think my thing is I'm better at the speaking than the hearing. Like obviously I've been around a bunch of like English first teachers for all my like Spanish career, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So like hearing the accent and how really quick they talk is going to be definitely an adjustment. But I feel like after a while, I'll be able to like stop saying, más lenta and tell them to slow down and
más despacio, por favor.
Yeah.
Poco. Look at that.
Slow down.
Boom. That is
Spanish. Yeah, I don't know how you're not fluent. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. That came back from 7th grade, maybe 8th grade Spanish. Very, very, and yeah, go ahead.
We better figure out before we move on.
Yeah,
your background is vast. Your feet are on maroon and gold soil. What makes you the guest picker that you are?
Yeah, just talk a little bit about your resume of why you are the second best guest picker in the Midwest.
All right, so.
And we agreed upon that title before we started this episode. Second best in the Midwest.
I mean, I said I'm not even close, but these guys are very, very, awesome. They're very nice, very kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my biggest quality is that I'm in a fraternity, so automatically just a boost there. And I'm right next to the football stadium. It's like closest house on campus towards the football stadium, and the volleyball, basketball, and Mariucci. So I got really. I live in sports.
I was gonna say, they're
on to a basketball, volleyball game. No, I really haven't. Hockey games, maybe like 3. because
Sure.
the tickets are really hard to get.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and
they
football,
played
I
the
make it
national
too much.
championship last year,
Yeah.
so obviously now everyone wants to go see.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for the loss against Michigan in the Big Ten. Oh, that was tough.
Yeah,
That was brutal. Yeah, that was really not good. And most of the time, I do make it past the tailgate, the football game. So
there
I
you go.
really got that going for me. I mean, there have been times where I'm not quite there, mentally and physically, or
Correct.
either or. But for the most part, I make it. I get there.
Josh, I told Scott that, and then I've experienced this because I've tailgated with him. You have similar qualities.
Scott and I.
Yeah. Tailgating energy.
Yeah, we'll love to put them back.
You just go for it. Yeah, you just really go for it.
Once the first one goes, it is pure waterfall. The further
downhill.
we go down, the faster they go down. It's wonderful.
Exactly. Until you reach the bottom. And that is a hard fall.
That's when that's when the mentally not there, and very quite possibly physically not there.
You're trying to stay afloat.
That's it.
Trying to stay afloat. Yeah.
That'd be rowing the boat, I believe.
Yeah.
we're just trying to row the boat and stay afloat.
We're riffing here. We're riffing. Yeah. A lot of golf references. Love it.
Perfect. Well, speaking of staying afloat, overall, Dad, let's look at our overall pickings. Because last week
we can't.
Why can't we?
Josh.
Oh my gosh. Silly. We can't
intro.
We can't start the episode without the intro. I mean, granted, we're 10 minutes deep now, but for those, I am so sorry, YouTube viewers. I dropped the ball. My deepest apologies, Dad. Please,
Seriously.
For the YouTube viewers, please get that intro going.
Here we go. Coming right at you.
Worth the wait. Worth the wait.
Look at that. The excitement in Scott's eyes. You can just tell he doesn't know what to think.
I have no idea what it looks like. I'm just going, I'm just clapping and really
it's like,
watching
wow,
along.
So good.
It's magical, actually. It's like the Disney intro.
Exactly. I looked it up. So I was gonna say, not to blow your socks off here, Scott, but not the last episode, but the episode before, looked it up. 34 views. 34 views on
awesome.
YouTube, baby.
Moving up.
That's up from like 12 in season 1. So
dozens.
300% increase.
What season are we on now?
We're on season 4.
Nice. Yeah.
And
we're increasing.
We're moving
by
up,
100%.
brick by brick, building up.
That's it.
Getting the fan base going.
As I was saying, this was last week. It was close. I was feeling really good first couple of games. Nebraska was tough because Nebraska, I didn't watch a lot of the game. I watched a lot of the score, and they were up by a decent amount, and Northwestern scored. So I really needed that one. Didn't happen. But, happy with 4 out of 6. I'm never going to be upset about that.
And that gopher finish with the punt return, yes, no. Wow, that was quite a game.
It was. And I'm never going to cheer against a gopher loss. No way.
No.
Not going to get into that call because it's only going to be weird. But if that call didn't happen, Iowa would have scored their touchdown, kicked their PAT, and more than likely won in cover, which would have given me and Dylan the 5 and Dean the 4, which I would have been all for.
Yeah, if you had that and 2 more, you'd have 3. So
yeah, whatever. Anyways,
but the connection, putting the pressure on a little bit, Scott.
Oh boy. Oh, that was a bad week for everyone.
This was
Oh man.
This was last year when Sibling was on, Emma,
Really?
and she got half of them right.
Yeah.
Good job, Em.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Woo. Oh man, that was not a good week for you, Dad. I apologize
So
for the viewers that had to see that. 3 out of 8, not good.
the overall standings are tight, and you got the pressure's on, Scott. You're
Oh, good.
everybody's gunning for the guest, and you're on top. So
Awesome. You
Yep.
know, you're always first if you never participate, you know,
Yeah.
until like Sunday, I'm probably going to be on top. And then after that, I'll be near the bottom of the pack.
Yes.
I don't have very high hopes here as your second best picker in the Midwest.
in the
Well,
Midwest,
second best in the Midwest. I don't know. I don't know who the first is, but you're right
Is
behind.
it not you? Did
No,
we not
God.
agree that it was you? No, not
No,
even.
no. Yeah, if you're second best and I'm below the guests here, I'm at best third best in the Midwest.
Right. I'll tell you who the first best is. It's the sports betting pledge that I had guide me on my picks ahead of time. Yeah, so he's the one. I
He
can tell
helped
to
you out?
him. Yeah, no. So we have a sports betting pledge whose
Yep.
job it is to just give out some bets, some parlays each week.
Sure.
And I'm like, hey, I need your help here. I gotta really show out for the Sports Styles podcast. So
Absolutely.
guide me, show me the way. So if I'm the second best, he's definitely the best.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's
Mhm.
interesting. That's your it right there. I was gonna say I'm
Mhm.
jealous. I don't have any pledges. I have a roommate. She's upstairs. I married her. I wouldn't recommend marrying one of your roommates, but hey, if if that's your fancy, go
I mean,
for
button
it.
heads all the
Yeah.
time.
I was gonna say, yeah, friction makes fire, right? She's not very helpful with picking, so I don't have any of that around here. My other
Mhm.
roommate walks on all fours, doesn't speak a lick of English, so I have zero help that you
Yeah,
have.
got hockey
really
there.
alone in the fray here.
Yeah, but I got Flo.
He's got the flow. He's got the lettuce.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
there it is. Look
Whoa.
at that. What a mane.
There
King
we
of the
go.
jungle right there. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, I was gonna say, never gonna. I don't know if I'm ever gonna cut it. Believe it or not, Scott.
Ever.
This used to be buzzed.
Ever.
Buzzed.
Was.
Now
How long has it been growing out?
it has been since my last haircut was Christmas of last year. So I'm almost at I'm about 10 months. 10 months in.
Yeah,
So,
that's a solid run there. Yeah, that's really solid.
yeah. Got the permission from the missus, and at first it was very
Just went for
hesitant. And now she's sitting there going,
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Scott, I dare you
definitely like it.
You dare me to what?
to try that.
Oh God, no. If I grow my hair out even a little bit too long, my mom's like, "You look homeless," and I'm just like, "Okay, cool,
Good.
thanks, mom, appreciate it." Appreciate
And
the
Jen would
support,
say that.
loving. Yeah, she would. He knows. She would call me homeless. She's like, "You look shaggy. You look like a wild animal." And it just really doesn't work. You know, I don't have the flow like that. It's sticks
Yeah.
straight.
It
Grows out.
takes a little while. Yeah, there's awkward phases, but there's been times Ash is like, "Your hair looks like shit." Thanks. Makes me want to
Awesome.
continue to grow it out, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
withstand this.
I mean, she said the same thing about like facial hair. She's like, "You look disgusting right now.
Yeah,
Shave it immediately." And out of spite, I say, "No,
No.
no, I'm sticking with it. No, I'll trim it maybe
this is in.
briefly." The mustache is in right now, Mom.
It
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
You are 100%.
I am Miles Teller.
Yeah, call me Miles Duncan because I am him.
Okay, Josh.
Enough about.
Let's take this, even though we're in.
there's our hair
community.
blurb.
Automatically, there's. Yeah,
We're good.
Immediate.
We're good for a hair bout every episode, and there it is, folks. Now, no more hair talk. We're here for the nitty gritty now.
Mhm.
All right. So going into this, we only have 5 games.
Yeah.
So Scott, to
Mhm.
beat your sister statistically, you need 3 out of these 5 correct, which I hope you do. And I actually hope you get all 5 correct. And I tell that to every guest because I mean it.
Has that ever happened before? Ever?
The one and only Miss Darla Dahl.
Wow.
She ran the table 11-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It was
And what
either
did you
10
guys do in comparison?
I think
I had 11 this year.
you had 11 out of like 12 or 13.
13.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that was a good week. I don't know. The best I probably had was 8 or 9 out of 10. So like 80-90% is incredible. So yeah, 5. You think it may be easy. This is the easiest it's gonna get. But let's here we go. Let's start with the big one. Indiana coming off a tough loss. They're playing at Penn State. Penn State also coming off a tough loss against Ohio State. Penn State at home is favored by 32 points. Scott, what do you got for us?
Oh, I'm definitely going Penn State. Just easily. I mean, Indiana, I have a friend who goes there. They live in the dorms for like 3 years in a row. It's not the place to be. The vibes, electricity is not there whatsoever. And last game, Indiana lost to Rutgers, like they got blown out. I mean, we got blown out against Michigan too, but they got blown out 52-7. No thanks. It's Penn State all the way. They're a tough team.
32 points is a good amount. Indiana, not very good. They are 2-5. Rutgers sitting at 6-2. Sure. Like,
it's solid.
One of their better seasons. I think they're gonna want to come out and just show out, plain and simple. They might want to put up another shutout. Because I'm pretty sure they did that against Iowa. Maybe. Anyways, I'm with you, Scott.
Yeah, they did. They threw a shutout 31-0 against Iowa.
Yeah, and that's Iowa's a better defense and everything like that. So if they can do that to Iowa, I think without a doubt they can do that to Indiana. I'm with you. Penn State, Nittany Lions coming back for home. Yeah, 32 points, easy.
Mm-hmm. And Penn State has the whiteout, right? Like,
yes,
just super decked out. Oh, I mean, their crowd energy is just off the charts. At home, there's no chance.
Yeah, they're gonna be wild.
Yeah, they got in their own heads against OSU. Ohio State just had their number. They didn't do anything wrong. They just didn't do anything to win.
Correct. Yeah, when a tight game like that, you have to make big plays. And I actually did sit down and watch that start to finish. They didn't have any big plays. They just didn't have any offensive wow. That's it. But they stopped a good offense. So I was impressed, but unimpressed. Impressed defensively, unimpressed offensively.
Yeah, and Penn State, number 1 defense in the country, number 1 in turnover margin in the country. And then this kind of speaks volumes. Indiana, their offense is 116, and they're 105 for giving the ball up. All of those things, the algorithm doesn't like. They have PSU winning by 38, which is definitely more than 32.
You bet. Yeah. You got your calculations. We're just going off of pure gut.
Before we go to the next one, the algorithm, after I put in this week's numbers, and this is every so often this stuff does some freaky stuff.
Oh boy.
After putting in through last weekend, it has the Gophers beating Iowa by 2.
And just like that, it knows.
It's on point. It's on point.
Yep. Yeah, you're flirting with danger with all that technology. I was gonna say, if people weren't watching this video, they'd probably be like, "Wait, he's the son and the dad's the tech geek." They sound flip-flop. The son sounds like an old geezer who's just like, "Oh, back in my day, we didn't have all these algorithms." Mm-hmm. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Happens.
It does. Anyways, moving on. My second favorite team in the Big Ten, Maryland, and I mean that. They're no bullshit this year.
Really?
I'm okay. Let me tell you something right now.
Tell me.
Nope. No bullshit. Maryland is actually pretty damn legit. They are on a bye week, but I believe their only loss. Oh man, they have 2 losses. What? I don't know. They have 1 loss to Ohio State. I don't know where their other loss is.
Illinois.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was a bad loss. That was fluke.
That was.
Don't listen to that one. But yeah, they show out. They give up about 10 to 14 points in the first quarter, and then they just run the show. That's how they started the season. Yeah, they're pretty nasty, sitting at 5-2, coming off a bye week, which I like that a lot. So you have Maryland traveling to Northwestern. Maryland is favored by 13.5 points. Now, you know where I'm going to go, obviously, but you make your own decisions.
You know what? I'm going to go with Northwestern. Just be a little contrarian here. I think Northwestern, you know, they're not great by any means. But you know what? Maryland is they're only 5-2. The spread's only what? 13.5. They can pull it off. You know, they can pull off some magic. I believe.
So you're going Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Really fighting the odds.
Northwestern has thrown wrenches in a handful of spreads, without a doubt, this year.
How do wrenches and spreads go together?
Well, you know, they actually don't go together, but they're good opposites. So, you know, wrenches tighten things, you know, bring them closer together. Whereas the word spread, some would consider distancing.
Farther apart. Yeah, some would say that. Some would.
So they're kind of the yin and the yang with the wrench and spreads.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question, Dad?
Yeah, I think so.
If I'm moving too fast, let me know. He's
and
retired.
He'll backtrack. He'll hit the rewind button real quick. He can really go further into depth into this analogy that totally works and is totally accurate.
Yes.
If you want me to make a whole talk about my theory about spreads and wrenches, I got time. But for the sake of our listeners, for Scotty's sake here, can't be doing that. But yeah, stick with me, Dad. I'm with you. But no doubt about it, Northwestern has definitely thrown some wrenches in the spreads, as I said before. But Maryland, they're coming off a bye week. Teams that are coming off bye week, they're fresh, they're ready to go. They want to play. Maryland's going to want to come in here and just freaking play ball, hit some people, score some touchdowns. I think it's going to be very high scoring in Maryland's favor. So I'm going to go with the Terps.
Okay, Josh, this is what I say to that one.
That's okay. You
Scott,
are currently.
This is what I say to yours.
Good.
Look it over my shoulder.
Wow. We got graphics in here.
Damn.
Production value.
Let's see here if I can get Josh's. Come on. Yep. There it is.
Oh,
nice.
There it is.
We're really up in our game here, Paul. I love it.
This one freaking lame. It's unbelievable. But I love it.
There's more reactions to come. I don't want to throw it all out.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, can't spoil.
Fasten that seatbelt. Here we go.
Yes. We have this one. The algorithm has it a lot closer than I thought it would. Yeah. Northwestern just doesn't make mistakes. Josh, I disagree with you. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. The algorithm has Maryland winning by 13, which means it's not 13.5. So Scott, I'm going with you on Northwestern just because Northwestern will in Evanston, they will take the air out of the ball and it'll be a grind 'em slow game.
No way. Absolutely not. These kids are fiending to play, and they're looking at Northwestern like they are just a small child with a whole bunch of candy, and they are going to take it all. I'm telling you right now, Maryland's pissed that they got 2 losses, but neither here nor there. I'm bandwagon hard for Maryland just because I've actually watched 2 of their 7 games this season, and I don't know, I'm impressed. Plus it's Tua's brother. Tua for the Miami Dolphins, his brother is the quarterback for Maryland.
And that impacts the game how?
Stardom, Genetics, NFL quarterback. Here we go.
Okay, before we get more dead air time, let's go to the next game.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Ooh, this one will be a kind of a fun one. You have Purdue playing at Nebraska. Nebraska favored by 2 1.5 points.
And they're only giving, I mean, this is basically an even game. They're giving the 2.5, which is just for home field.
Sure.
I'm shocked at this one, but go ahead, Scott.
I'm not shocked. You think Purdue should be favored to win?
No, I'm not going. You got to wait for mine.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with Nebraska. They've got a similar record to Minnesota, and I think they got the home field advantage. Purdue, they're 2-5 right now. They're 1-1 away, which is it's not bad. It's fine. But in the conference, they're 1-3. I just don't think they have it. I think they're playing in the enemy field, enemy territory, and they have a stupid name, the Boilermakers. I don't appreciate their name. I've never understood it. I don't know what it means. It's confusing, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Well said. Well said. I fully support the statistics, the educated guess, and just the last fly on the turd is the name sucks. Okay,
the name sucks.
The name sucks. Not a fan. Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna say you're not making friends with my in-laws, but that's the key.
Yeah,
I'm not here to make friends, man. I'm here to make picks.
Yeah.
I'm here to make stellar picks.
Absolutely.
Really just, playing the numbers. So.
Amen to that. That is there you go. I was gonna say, if Dad, you don't have a title for this episode, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree.
That's just a good one-liner. I mean, you cannot argue one-liners. It's just like
you can always just take that overall saying and just plug in different things to that. I'm not here to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Done.
It's very variable. It's got a lot of flexibility. And I think it applies in this situation. Nebraska.
Absolutely. I thought it was executed 110%. So well done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to agree with you yet again on this one. Something about Nebraska playing at home so far this season has been extraordinary. I don't know why. They just win at home. It could be the 92,000 fans cheering them on. They've had success. I want to say majority of their wins are at home. I don't know if they've won on the road, but I sure as heck know over the weeks when they're playing at home, I tend to go with Nebraska, and my picks have been doing pretty darn good. Therefore, I think it'll be close. I think it will be close. It might be a 1-point game, which I'll be salty, but I think Nebraska can pull a 3-point win over Purdue. Now, Purdue's coming off a bye week as well. So we'll see about, I just don't see Purdue being as aggressive coming off there, but you never know.
They are playing well at home. They're playing a lot better. Their defense has always been very, very solid this year.
Been consistent this year, at least for them.
And then they changed quarterbacks, and that has helped with the turnover game.
Yes.
The algorithm has Nebraska winning by 7, which is definitely more than 2.5.
Yeah. Join the party, Dad. There we go.
Who knows? Maybe Purdue will throw a wrench in the spread.
Yep.
They might do it.
They have possibility to do that.
I'll show you what I think of your pick.
Oh, baby.
Oh. Give them the love.
Love that.
3D.
Taylor Swift, if you're watching, you got to appreciate that one.
I'm going with Nebraska.
Love is in the air.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say,
only that was for you.
Yeah. Who was that for? That was for Scott?
Yeah.
Not Scott's mom, Jen, is a smart owl. Like, there's another A word that I use. God, do I even dare tell the wine story? No.
No. Go for it. I think you should.
Well, you can't tease us.
You can't bring it up. You can't just mess around with it. Dip your fingers in.
Yeah, Scott knows.
Yeah. So we had open house. Scott was still in elementary school. He and I believe you and Coy were running around the house.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, we were tight at the time.
And Jen says, "Hey, come on over. Have some wine over." I think Emily was there, and then they like held my head, poured the wine down my throat.
It's like slutty style. Wow, that is
Does that sound like your mom?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's how we had to drink milk as a
her
kid.
track record. Yeah, just pouring wine down throats and really getting after it. Getting active.
Yep.
Leaving the kids to run around and
Yeah,
do their
That's
thing.
true.
they're fine.
Really hands off parenting style for sure.
they're-
Yeah.
And look how great he turned out.
Ted turned out awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
All because of her pouring wine down Dean Dahl's throat.
Mhm.
Yes.
Really loving that.
Absolutely. So you go over there, she gets you all tuned up.
Yeah, and then so I'm driving home afterwards and I get to Buck Hill and I realize I really should not be.
No business being behind a wheel.
No.
And you're sitting there like, man, I've covered some ground. Yikes. And I still got quite a bit of ground to cover.
Yep.
And you're halfway home, or you're halfway away. So you're no man's land right now.
So we talk about that often.
Often, yeah.
Mhm.
So next time it happens, it's like you already have to plan a safe ride or a hotel.
And Jen, the next time I was over, the quote of her head is like, "We have an effing extra bed."
Yeah. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up, man. Obviously. That the emojis are extraordinary, and they have to support that. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a thumb ring. I'm just fidgeting with the hair tie. So
Okay,
I realized I'm like,
that's just what men do. We see hair ties and we fuck around with them and we snap our own wrist just to see if it hurts. Give it a shot.
Does. Yeah,
it does. Most often it does. Yeah,
if
it doesn't, we do it harder.
Yeah, I kept seeing my hand move, and I'm like, people are thinking I'm wearing a thumb ring, and I don't want people thinking that. I'd rather think of other things. But
hey, let's say it's Parents Weekend in the University of Minnesota.
It is.
Sure is.
And there's also a game going on.
Sure is.
Gonna get ripped
at Minnesota 7.5. I was gonna say, I just got to get through this part, Scott. Then I want to hear all about your weekend plans. Michigan State at Minnesota. Minnesota favored by 7 whopping points. All right, your weekend plans. Are your parents coming up to visit?
Yes, they are. And do you know Nikki Creer doll?
Yes.
Yeah, she's going to be coming too with we call him Anderson Cooper. Because Nikki Creer's husband looks exactly like Anderson Cooper. I swear to God, I could mistake him on the street.
Yeah.
But they came up for the last weekend, Parents Weekend. They adopted my roommate at the time, David, because his parents weren't coming up for the game, whatever. So it was really fun.
And your location of your housing is in a horrible spot. I mean, literally, Josh, it is across the alley from the pavilion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I've probably walked past it out of every single Gopher game that we've been to early on. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's very high traffic area for sure. So he's put up the fences and try and keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, exactly. On a completely opposite note, if there's no buildings, trees, or anything, do you think you could throw a football and hit the stadium?
Absolutely not. No, definitely
Okay.
not. I have no arm like it's not. We're closer, but it's still pretty far.
It's on the other side of Williams in the pavilion.
Yeah,
you can hit Mariucci though.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if I had a cannon,
I was gonna say if you're Uncle Rico, I was giving you Uncle Rico status. So you're gonna throw a picture.
Oh no, I'm not there. Throwing a football is not my forte. I was always a baseball guy in high school, but footballs are, I got short range, lethal. But long range, anything past even mid range, arguably, is not quite there.
From second base on in, you got it.
Second. Yeah, I hear what you. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Second base.
Smelling what you're stepping in. As Molly likes to say it. Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, I'm smelling what you're stepping in. Wonderful. All right, so Minnesota hosting Michigan State. How are the Gophers going to do?
They're going to do fantastic. I mean, Michigan State. You already lost to one Michigan team, and that's bummy enough. Don't need to talk about that. But Michigan State, they're bums. They're not quite there. They don't have it. Gophers they're on a roll. We beat Iowa. And I mean, who do we hate? Iowa. So I think we really lived up to expectations. We got the pig back here. They got Floyd. So we're rolling. So we're going to tear up Michigan State by a long shot.
I would have to agree with you. it's sad to admit I have not picked Minnesota to, win and cover or even prevent a cover in probably a number of weeks. And I apologize to that. It's nothing against you or the university, mostly just their football team. But
shame.
Yeah, it is a damn shame. I apologize. Now, that being said, it is going to be a close game. I do think 7 is a stretch. I think it's going to be very neck and neck. It might be a 7-point game, but I do think it'll be Minnesota and in Minnesota's favor. We're going to go Gophs. We're going to break the chain. Row the boat. Wrenching the spread, however you want to call it. But we're going Gophers. They're going to win.
Gophs.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more with the defense is coming into its own. Well, no, wait. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
go Gophers. We got the big one.
We're going with the Gophers. Wait till you hear this. The algorithm has the Gophers by 25. I'm not sure the Gophers can score 25.
They want to adjust that old algorithm.
But
I trust. I'm going with the numbers.
Yeah,
numbers.
And there's just Scott, we've said it for the last 4 weeks now. I feel really, really bad for the athletes of Michigan State. Every week it changes. Every week there's more players jump into the portal. They don't want to get hurt on a season that doesn't matter. And then Tucker's announcement, his hearing this week found, just more distractions. So we don't even know who's going to be playing. The thing that's been consistent all year is Michigan State down the stretch in the second half. There's nothing. There's no heart. There's nothing in the tank. And I expect that to be the same.
Yeah. Score some points against them. Man, I was gonna say, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you gotta watch it on YouTube, because Dean Dahl has got the pyrotechnics going on in his box. It is like, you're probably listening and you hear us go, oh man, you're gonna want to see that. Let me tell you. But I agree. All right, we're all across the board. I was gonna say, we're not differing very many on picks, and that's okay. I'm having a ball. This is interesting. Ohio State playing at Wisconsin. Ohio State favored 14.5 points. Now, Scott, this is, I think, I don't know what I think. Tell me what you think.
Here's what I think. I think that Wisconsin's going to throw a wrench in the spread. I hate to admit it. I hate those Badgers for the passion. I hate their fans.
Correct.
I hate their stadium, their tradition of jumping around, even though it is pretty sick.
It is sick.
It's fucking cool. I don't like it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But I think Ohio State isn't the team that they used to be. And I mean, now they're the Badgers, if we're being honest here. But I don't know. I'm feeling frisky. I think Wisconsin's gonna pull it pretty close to the spread for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They could do it. They could do it.
So you're saying
I really don't like Ohio
OSU is going to win but not cover?
Probably, yeah, probably.
But no, there's no probably here.
I know. You know what? I'm going to go for it.
He's stalling.
No, I'm going for it. Wisconsin's going to win. I'm going to say right now.
Wow. Going to win.
Wisconsin's going to win.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for it.
If that happens, Scott, this will happen at the stadium.
Oh, man.
Confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
Celebration. Party time. How are you remembering how to do these? Are you just like, is there like a guide on the screen that you're looking at? Or is it... it's all in the dome. All upstairs. That's a sharp mind.
These, I don't know what to expect anymore. Like the thumbs up in the bubble.
That was mind-blowing enough.
I was going to say, incredible, but expect it. When I saw the thumbs down, I'm like, let me guess. Yep, thumbs down. Was not expecting fireworks for double thumbs up.
Oh, God.
And I sure as heck wasn't expecting confetti to fall from the sky with the double piece. I saw the double piece and I'm like, what the hell
What's going to happen next?
What the hell is going to happen?
Yeah. But in any case, Ohio State was my first ever college football game while I was in college against the Gophers. Heartbreaking loss.
Right.
So I'm still holding that grudge against them. I'm going for Wisconsin for the win.
Oh,
It'll be like this
oh, jeez.
for the Buckeye fans.
Not the
And again,
dark clouds in the storm.
and again with the stupid mascot name. I mean, the Buckeyes. It's a nut.
Yep.
It's a nut, and
Yeah.
that's their mascot. That's what they rally behind. I don't
Josh,
see that working.
Ask Scott the question that we talk about those random Buckeye fans.
Oh yeah, we all agree, but there's a random Buckeye fan. Doesn't matter what state, doesn't matter what town, how big, how small, or anything. There is always one random Buckeye fan everywhere. And I have one that lives down the street from me, and he flies a stupid Buckeye flag, and I have to pass it on my way to work, and I have to pass it on my way home. Now, when Maryland was playing Ohio State a couple weeks ago, on the episode, we thought it'd be hilarious, and by we, I thought it'd be hilarious if Ohio State gets upset. I was gonna buy a plastic turtle, and I was gonna paint it, or just leave a turtle on their driveway. Just let them know that I'm cheering against them, and I don't want you to know who. Now, that also being said, I would love nothing more than Wisconsin to beat Ohio State, because I don't necessarily like Wisconsin, but I like them more than Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I don't think Wisconsin's good enough to compete with Ohio State. I think Ohio State putting 20 points against Penn State with a very good defense is impressive in itself. I think Wisconsin, they're going to have to play out of their minds. They've beat them before. They've upset them before. It can be done. I just don't think it's going to be on Saturday. I'm going to go OSU to win and cover. Got to make up 2 points. Scotty, we differ on 2 picks. These are the 2 picks. I need it to happen.
Well, the algorithm surprised me.
Okay.
It does have OSU winning. I don't see the upset. Sorry, Scott. As much as I want to be in.
No, I'm throwing a wrench. No,
yeah,
I'm feeling frisky. I'm just keeping you guys on your toes, keeping you guys.
So now
young.
you're throwing wrenches instead of using them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Ohio State, I don't think they're going to cover because they just came off an emotional win over Penn State. But on paper, the offense for Wisconsin is still finding themselves. Yes, Allen was back, but Harrison, oh my gosh, he's a beast.
Found his groove in the second half. He just balled out all day last week.
I got OSU winning, but not covering, winning by 5. So it doesn't look like I'm gaining on the guess, but Josh will just go backwards a bit.
Oh man, Scott, I was gonna say, one, you've been an absolute joy to have on this episode, but you may be known in this season, if everything goes my way, which I sure hope it does. If everything goes my way on those 2 different picks, you might be the guest to give up the overall lead the first time this season. And I know I say that in a negative way, and I hope you get all 6 picks correct, but I'm saying there is potential here that the guest could not be in first place. Are you ready to, bear that burden?
I'll be that guy, I'm fine with that,
I figured you would.
I will be that guy. I will do that all day long, all week long, all Saturday long. I will watch those games, and I will see my place in Sports Thoughts podcast history go down in shambles. And I'll take it like a man, take it on my cheek.
Or we could just split it, and one of our different picks. Yeah. Or you called it right here, right now. Wisconsin is upsetting Ohio State, and you're a genius.
I'm a sucker for the upsets.
Yeah.
Every March Madness.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't quite work. Yeah, I mean it does work sometimes.
Yeah.
Really one time actually. Yeah. And that was cool, but every other time, no, not at all.
Still chasing that high.
I'm still chasing that high. You watching a game be upset like, Wisconsin OSU, or what was it, Oral Roberts against Duke? that just goes crazy. You know,
Yeah.
you can't deny that feeling of just like, wow, they really fucking did it.
Yeah, I am so happy for the underdog. I've never heard of your school, but I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Josh,
Absolutely.
you were really little. Remember when Valpo pulled their upset? Oh no, you
I
were
don't know.
probably playing with
Little.
Legos.
Maybe. Or
Okay.
imaginary critters, people, things. Who the hell knows what I was doing then?
Yeah, the upset.
Whatever friends you could conjure up.
Yeah.
I do have one more reaction, but I just didn't figure out how to place it. But
Toss it out there.
Throw it out.
That should be your outro.
There it is.
Balloons.
Beautiful. Those reactions are just, they had me. They had me today. You played it well.
Are they making a return to the to next week's podcast?
oh
If
yeah,
so, I'm definitely tuning in. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tune in on YouTube.
If the production value isn't there, I'm not there either. You know, it's gotta keep it cool, keep it fresh, keep it young.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're just trying to up those views, and he's doing everything right.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, this has been a true pleasure. In adulting, you still have the smile on your face and the smile in your eyes. I always just loved when, well, especially my first time meeting you when you in sixth grade, when you hobbled in with your boot on your foot.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
great attitude. This is a true pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been really fun. I was not sure if I could be up to scratch, but I think I'm doing a decent job. Solid.
You did a great job. You tell that pledge, you tell that betting pledge. I think he did a good job, and he made a lot of good picks. And this is what I tell everyone who's been in your shoes: is, you know, put like $10 on a 5-leg parlay with your picks, because if they hit, that's going to be awesome. You can be like, man.
Yeah.
That I am the best in the Midwest, at least this week. But no, Scott, it was awesome. I was gonna say, it's been a joy. It's been awesome meeting you. I think your picks are awesome, and have a fun weekend at Parents Weekend. Get wild.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, try to see if Nikki will actually party and get wild.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
That was sarcasm. That was sarcasm.
Yeah, probably not. Not this year.
Maybe next year when you're a senior. Who knows?
Oh yeah, that'll be good. That'll be real solid. You can go to KK. Oh,
get wild. Well, have fun this weekend. Awesome. Our lovely tradition here. Since we're not in person, we just get our hands in a huddle. We put it over the camera right here, and we say, "Hey," we break it down. Sports Dolls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports Dolls. Boom.